D, baby. Been hunting this bear all week.
I grunted at him. He come running back in. We just smoked another giant.
Just an absolute giant. Lifetime bull for
me. Team 200 is presented by Moon Guide. Plan your best hunt. Targeting the most mature buck with stick and string isn't easy. One bow hunter that has been doing this year after year is new team member Chris Scmidt. A die-hard bow hunter from New Jersey that targets and kills big deer while self-filming.
That is an absolute giant. What a giant in Kentucky, 9 hours from home, knocking on doors, and this is what you get. Yeah!
So this year on Team 200, we've got some new faces, and one of them is Chris Scmidt. You know, Chris is a big buck killer from New Jersey. We met back in the dominant buck days, solo cam days. You know, he's been doing it a long time with stick and string, filming his own hunts, and we sure are glad to have him on board this year.
It took him a minute or two to expire. I had to put another arrow in him, but that is the oldest buck I've ever killed. I am ecstatic right now. I have sheds from that deer. I have a shed from that deer from when he was 1.5 years. Let's get down and get this guy. Folks, it's not every day you watch hunting shows and see a 7.5-year-old buck hit the ground. That's one right there. Boy, I could not be happier. Well, we're going in to hunt a buck tonight, which I named Little Stickers. Made frame 8 with some stickers on the G2s. We had some history with him. We knew this buck last year was in here. He was only a 3-year-old, probably in the 120s, so we let him go. And he made it. We're going to see if we can go and put one in him tonight. Quartering to me a little bit, but his shoulder was so far forward, I don't think it was a problem. Oh! Drilled him. All right, so we found him. Shot him tonight at about a half hour before dark. We had some does behind us that were stomping a little bit. Wind was blowing in our face, blowing behind us. And I saw him over in the brush. He was making some rubs and what have you. And he came in, and I didn't really want to take a quartering 2 shot, but his leg was far forward, and I had the opening, so I took it. But this was a buck that we had last year. It was a 125-inch 8-pointer last year, and obviously blew up quite a bit. Most people would have shot a 125-inch 8-pointer in New Jersey, but I knew it was a 3-year-old, and we let him go, and here you go. This is what we have. So.
Coming up next.
giant deer on the ground. By far the biggest buck I've ever killed.
And I had a Ozonics pointed. He didn't pick up anything. Gave me a 30-yard shot.
Thank God I have an Ozonics.
Start seeing more deer more often and closer than you ever thought possible with Ozonics. Ozonics is the only product that actively and continually attacks game spooking odor in the downwind airstream during your entire hunt, allowing you to beat an animal's #1 defense, its nose.
New Team 200 member Chris Scmidt hunts big suburban bucks in his home state of New Jersey. Self-filming his hunts, he has in his highlight reel what most Midwest whitetail hunters dream of.
That's how you do it right there. Yeah. Check this out.
Nothing like suburban hunting, that's for sure.
Oh, yes. Wow. And these bucks are on the move. Wow. I'm hunting the top of a ridge. There's a big, thick bedding area down here, doe bedding area. The wind was coming up and blowing up on top of that ridge. And this buck came down walking the top of the ridge. Absolutely perfect setup for this time of year. Well, walking into this stand here, I have some trail cam pics of this really big buck that I'm after. It's a little windy right now, but this wind is supposed to die down. It's the end of October. I just want to show you my setup here. I walk along the edge of this swamp right here, and the deer can't ever smell me here. So I'm gonna put the camera away and you know, make a quiet entrance the rest of the way. Jersey. That is the absolute giant for here. Yes, I think I put a perfect shot on him. And I don't think that was my target buck, but nonetheless, that was a really, really big buck. That was a great buck right there. There he is. Yes. Yeah. There he is, folks. Heck yes, I couldn't be happier. She only went 70 yards or so. I'll tell you what, this buck right here, this is not the buck that I was after tonight. This is definitely a bonus buck. I have pictures of this buck from last year and he disappeared during gun season. I thought for sure he was dead. And here it is, the end of October. In the whitetail world, anything can happen this time of year. And you know, he must have been just living in another piece and came in here tonight. And awesome. I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier.
Coming up next.
Monster, dude.
Holy moly.
What do you think, Hunter?
Awesome.
Holy, oh my God. What a giant.
There you go, just like that, man.
Why are raw frozen scents better? No decomposition. The biggest advantage of raw frozen scents is that they freeze the deer urine and they keep it smelling like real deer in the woods. Deer urine has living organisms in it, so freezing is the only way to keep it fresh and real.
Calming scent is a final touch here.
Refrigeration does not keep deer urine fresh. It must stay frozen until you take it in the field. When raw was tested on scent wicks, side by side with another leading scent brand, the average amount of time spent by multiple bucks was 266 seconds versus only 5 seconds for the leading brand.
What I love about raw frozen scents is they're exactly that. They're raw, they're untouched, and they're shipped to you frozen. It's the freshest that you can get.
Always fresh, no water, no preservatives, and 100% money back guarantee.
Team 200 member Chris Scmidt has killed some great bucks in his home state of New Jersey.
Nothing like suburban hunting, that's for sure.
Here in the video, but they're dropping acorns like crazy. So there's been a lot of deer movement through here. I've been after a really big 10-point since last year. I got one of his sheds. And he didn't get much bigger this year. He was about 150 last year, and he's pushing 160 this year. But real heavy, massive 10-point. Yes! That was a giant
monster, dude. Holy moly.
What do you think, Hunter?
Awesome!
Holy, oh my God. What a giant.
There you go, just like that, man.
Well, folks, here he is. Big, giant, 160-inch 10-point. This is a New Jersey buck, so this is an absolute giant for this area.
Including his son Hunter on the recoveries, Chris is passing along the tradition and filmed his son Hunter shooting his first buck.
Okay, bud.
What?
All right, I think you got him. Did you feel like you were on him? I'll smoke you.
Hunter's first buck on camera gives a whole new meaning to the phrase, "I just smoked him."
How do you feel? You got buck fever a little bit?
Yep, that's why I'm shaking. It's because I'm cold.
Okay, that's good.
All right, bud.
Nice.
Nice 8-pointer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
I saw him from the corner, and I could have easily shot him.
Yep.
But I was too scared because I was like nervous. And then I thought that because he was like walking away,
Yeah.
that it would just be quick.
Yeah.
So I just pulled the trigger.
Yep.
And then I just was covered in smoke, and I saw him run.
There's a lot of smoke in that blind when you shot, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you cold or are you just nervous?
I think I'm nervous.
That's a great buck, buddy. All right. Yes. Good job. Proud of you.
Coming up next. For over 2 decades, the Moon Guide has been the #1 rated tool for serious hunters, telling you when giant whitetails will move and where you need to hunt. Now available as a mobile app, the Moon Guide gives you parcel data, enhanced weather radar, exclusive discounts, tips from the pros, and the deadly red moon data. Are you tired of hunting nocturnal trail camera bucks? Do you ever wonder why some bucks only show up during daylight on certain days each year? The Deer Hunter's Moon Guide is here to help.
My scouting tells me where to hunt. The Moon Guide tells me when.
Our best day hunting ever. 2 unkillable bucks, both taken on the red moon.
For effective preseason scouting, scheduling time off work, planning out-of-state hunts, and increasing your overall hunting success, simply check the Moon Guide's calendar to find the best days, times, and hunting locations to catch a mature deer on his feet during daylight hours.
2 giant bucks last year, both taken on the red moon. Plan your best hunt at moonguide.com.
Self-filming his hunts, new Team 200 member Chris Scmidt hunts big suburban bucks in his home state of New Jersey.
I love the road noise. We got an airplane, we got a forklift back here, we got a trailer bouncing all over the train tracks over here. But I'll tell you what, that does not affect these deer one bit. These are the kind of places I love to hunt. I think we got a pretty good chance at this buck tonight. I have a heavy run right out in front of me, only about 20 yards. Trail cam in front of it, and I've gotten quite a few pictures of this real big 8-pointer with a kicker. Giant. A couple other nice bucks as well. But I'm really hoping to get an arrow in him tonight. He's the one that I'm in here for. So today it started raining around lunchtime. I came in here real quietly, right along the edge, got up in my stand. I got an east wind, which blows out of this little piece, and that's it. I mean, it was perfect. And sure enough, almost to the minute, peak overhead moon time, that buck comes in with 2 other really nice bucks. I'm gonna give this guy a little while, and then I'll go look for him. We got good blood on this buck already, so I'm pretty confident. Okay, bud. Yes! Yeah! Yes! Check that out! Man, what a giant! Look at the tines on that buck. Wow! You about to fall over? Because I am. Holy moly, what a beast! Wow, there's got to be 13-inch G2s on this deer. The G3s are almost 12 inches, I bet. Wow. I'll tell you what, I underestimated the rack on this buck. This deer's body's huge. Wow, what a monster, huh? That's a good buck right there. I'll tell you what, he went 120 yards maybe, if that.